Talkies. Good evening, everybody. Come on in and let's get started this evening. We've got a couple missions updates before we get into any bit of class, if we get to that tonight. I want to give you a reminder that if we do if there's time after our missions updates, you all had homework. Did anybody actually do some of the homework? I know some people did the homework. Are you prepared for the homework? You're prepared? All right. If you did not remember, you still have some time to do it, but you should also pay attention to the missions updates that are coming up. Well, hello, youth group. As they're coming in, it's good to mention why they're coming in. It's one of our prayer requests that is out there already. Scott and Brittany and Laura and Letson are down in Orlando right now with Billy and Karen. And the most recent update is that Bill is doing worse, actually, that his vitals are quickly deteriorating. And I know they're waiting on one family member to get in tonight. They're going to get in around 11:30. And from what Karen told me this morning was that probably tomorrow sometime, if Bill makes it through tonight, they're going to go ahead and take him off all the machines. And so there was a mixed message that went out today. This morning when I talked to Karen, she said, I asked her, sometimes in those times, families like to be very private and just family. And I told her, hey, if that's what you want, then that's perfect, and we'll respect that. She said, oh, no, please. I want my family with me. The hospital today asked if we hold off on visitors. However, there is a waiting room there. If they do this tomorrow, I'm still going to go down in the morning, even if it's just to be in the waiting room, to be near the family. So if anybody does want to go down, I think there are quite a few people who are going to head down that way in the morning to be with Karen and to, I don't know if you'll get to see Bill or be with Bill at this point, but be good to support Karen as well. So that's all very, very new. They were at our fall festival on Sunday, and then basically Sunday night, 5 a.m. Monday morning is when he had an aneurysm, and it's just been from there. And so keep them in prayer for sure. And there's a lot going on. One thing I will mention, I wasn't necessarily asked to mention, but as Karen is down there also, her sister is at home and needs people around her as much as possible. And we've had some great people. Many of you have already been helping, taking her to doctor's visits and stuff like that, and just being with her. She's just really not in a physical place where she should be alone. And so if anybody wants to serve in that way, sitting with her and just giving company there at the house, it's over in Tavares here. They are right across the street from Scott and Brittany. That will be a blessing as well. So there's a lot of ways to serve, a lot of ways to help out, and prayer is number one. And so let's keep that going for sure. We also got news that Don Rust's sister-in-law, Jody Rust, passed away. And she has been kind of in the continued prayers that we've had. And so pray for the Rust family. Teresa Sullivan she went to Advent Health on Saturday with pain in her back and her side. They discovered another break in her back, close to where it was broken last year. She's going to go to physical therapy at the hospital, rehab for a few days. As of right now, my latest information is that she's still at the hospital, but she's awaiting transfer to rehab there. So if you go visit, what it says here is just call first to check and see where she is, because she might have been transferred at this point. Also, in good news, huge congratulations to Carson and Kaylee White. They had their baby Tuesday, a little baby girl named Juniper Wren White. And she was 7 pounds, 11 ounces, and everyone is doing great. Kevin was quick on the pictures today, but beautiful little baby girl, so be in prayer for Kaylee and for Carson. And as we find out what Dana and Kevin are going to be called as grandparents, we can start addressing them that way as well. I don't know what that name is yet, but let's just go with Peepaw. We all start calling them Elder Peepaw, and I think that would just be really, really good. All right? All right. That's all I have for prayer requests. Please make sure that you note this coming Sunday is when clocks go back 1 hour. I'm sorry. I'll try to be more active and lively when I preach so it can keep you awake. But you're going to lose an hour of sleep coming up this Sunday. We're going to gain an hour. Woo. Okay, listen, I was just reading. It says, be sure to you do set back your clock. We get an hour. Oh, I have been so dreading this. All right, never mind. Let me change my announcement. That means everyone should be at Bible class on Sunday morning. Yeah. All right, there it is. This is the good time of year. Never mind. You should be at Bible class Sunday morning. You'd be well rested. No excuse. Yeah, this would be a great thing. So I will dull down the sermon a little bit because you'll already have too much energy. There, yeah, why not? But make sure you actually change your clock if they don't already change themselves. There's a deadline is October 29th to drop off the clothing for Ukraine. And there's also where'd it go on there? Isn't there a date coming up to pack all that up? Sunday. There it is. It's on the backside. Saturday, November 1st, 9 a.m. Pizza lunch will be provided. That's for packing up the Ukraine clothes. And if you need any information about that, you can see Joseph or Tony about that.
And please sign up at the Orange Central tonight because we'll take it down tonight.
Yep. So please, there's a sign-up sheet out at Orange Central tonight. If you can help, sign up tonight. And that sheet is leaving tonight. So please sign up tonight. Laz the Leaders, deadline to sign up is coming up on the 29th for your kids. Tonight, our missions highlight is twofold. One is the Brackett Christian Academy in Liberia. Ron Brackett is going to give us some information about that. And also the Jamaica missions, which is great timing. We need to be in great prayer for Jamaica as well right now with that huge hurricane crossing the island. Don't forget about men's and women's prayer breakfast that is coming up. CRT training that's coming up, middle school, high school Devo. Good to be a part of a church that's got a lot going on and a lot of good stuff going on. I got a cool delivery just a few moments ago of an awesome bag of cucumbers. If you need cucumbers at home, the Pope family, I want to say this wrong. You'll haul them, or Gavin hauls them, and these are some that were left, and everyone, there's some bags here if you want some for home. If not, then I'm going to be eating some cucumbers tomorrow. Those things look good. Big Dog, you've never ate a cucumber in your life, have you? No. Okay. There's also, there's a donation that came in of a lot of carrots. So if you want the healthiest lunch tomorrow, come grab some cucumbers. There's some carrots in the fridge. And apparently a lot of Lowe's buckets you can take that are out front. So this is just like a free-for-all. If you didn't get your Proud Christian shirt, there's free shirts. It's just like Oprah Winfrey night. You get some and everyone give away. So there's a lot we can do, but I'm going to pray. I'm going to get out of your face. And are you doing first? Ron's going to come and give our update and presentation on the Brackett Christian Academy, and then Kevin is going to update us on Jamaica. So let's pray together. Our Father in heaven, we love you so much. You are an awesome God. God, we have so many that we want to lift up to you, and the reason we do that is because we believe in your great power. We believe, God, that you can still do amazing things, and you still do. And we also believe, God, that you are the great comforter, the great physician, and the one who can handle every burden that we've got. So we lift up to you right now the Bartow family. God, I pray that you be with Karen and Bill's sisters who are there and family who's coming together. And I just pray, God, that you keep Bill in comfort and that you'll just minister in incredible ways to Karen and through Karen. God, there is just such awesome family. And God, I don't even know how to make sense of things that go on sometimes, but I know that we are operating in a world right now where we feel the effects of what sin does in our world. And I'm mindful, God, anytime someone is dealing with sickness or disease, that this was not your original intent, and it is not what we will deal with in eternity. But God, I pray that we can live every single day in the hope of eternity, to live with you for forever, free from sickness and free from pain, free from all the disunity and stress that goes on in our world. And God, we cannot wait to be with you. And I know, God, that as it looks physically right now, Bill is right there getting ready to receive his reward. And we're so thankful, God, that he was a follower of you. I'm thankful, God, that when you entered into his life, you changed his life greatly, that he received a peace like he had never, ever understood. And I pray in this moment right now, he's experiencing that same peace that you've blessed him with. God, I ask that you be with the whole Rust family as they've just lost Jody. And I pray, God, that in their mourning, you comfort them, that you walk with them through grief and all the different holes that are left there with her absence. And God, I don't know Jody, and I'm praying that you do. But God, I just pray your great mercy and your great love and your comfort surrounding that whole family. God, we ask that you continue to be with Teresa as she is healing and going through rehabilitation right now. And I pray, God, that you allow that to go smoothly, that her back can be healed. God, it would be so awesome to worship with Teresa here. And God, I just pray that one day soon we get to see that day. We're thankful, God, for baby Juniper being born. I pray that you just bless Carson and Kaylee with the rest that they need, the healing that is needed. And God, I pray that this little girl is just raised up as a powerful warrior in your word, a powerful person of prayer, and God, that she is just a world changer for your kingdom. But God, I just pray that you bless this family so greatly. I'm thankful for our church family. I'm thankful for the unity you bless us with, the growth and the workers in your kingdom that you bless us with. We're mindful, God, that of all the things that we support and work with in missions, grateful we get to hear about those things. And tonight I'm just on our minds is Jamaica. I know this great storm has gone over and is going over that island. And I pray, God, that you just protect. Pray, God, that restoration where things have been torn down can happen. And God, where there's a great need, I pray that just people who love you and follow you can step into those voids and serve and give you all the great glory. And may that whole island just be turned to you, God. We love you so much, and we just lift this prayer up to you in the name of Jesus. Amen. I always leave my drink. Put it on a different.
Well, good evening. Going to introduce you tonight to a ministry you've probably never heard of. I actually only heard of it not too many years ago, not when it got started, but it is going through some changes right now, and we're seeking some help for it. But there is a Bracket Christian Academy in Liberia, Africa, that has been in existence now for many years. If you don't know anything about Liberia, it is Africa's oldest republic. It is the only black state in Africa that has never been subjected to colonial rule. It was formed back in 1822 for freed slaves in the United States by an organization called the American Colonialization Society. And they were so grateful as the country was being formed that they named their capital after President James Monroe. The capital is Monrovia. So their early years were plagued by border disputes with their neighboring countries, I don't know if you can see it up here. Okay, this never works for me. It's that's Sierra Leone, that's Guinea, and that is the Ivory Coast there on the east side of it. But they had a lot of border disputes. They finally got all that settled, and back in around 1989, they went into a series of civil wars that lasted about 2003. But currently, they have a population of about 5.5 million people. English is the official language, although they've got over 12 other languages that are spoken in the country. The per capita income is only $846 a year. That was as of last year. So, as you can imagine, not everyone there has the opportunities for schooling. In the country of Liberia, all the students have to wear uniforms, so there is a cost involved in that. And typically, folks have one meal a day, so it is a very, very poor country. Back some years ago, when I remember in the news, we heard about Ebola hitting some countries, primarily in Africa. Liberia was one of those countries that was pretty hard hit, and then also during COVID in recent years, they were pretty hard hit by that. There is in the city of Monrovia, there is a Christian academy called the Ford Madden Christian Academy. And that's been around for, I think, about 25 years. They have in the neighborhood of between 400 and 500 students. I think they max out at 500 students. There was a need for additional Christian schooling and schooling in general. So they've gone outside of the city to a small village nearby is where the Brackett Christian Academy was started. This is the existing facility that they have. You'll notice there that they also grow vegetables and things on the property. They sell the pigs and the vegetables to help some of the income and cover the cost of what they're doing there. Students are charged tuition. They do have to wear uniforms. They are provided lunch. Currently, the school has about 100 students in it. This got a picture here of some new desks that were donated to I think that's mostly seniors in the school there. This is one of the visiting American teachers teaching a class, and this is some of the kids sitting at lunchtime. So it's an ongoing thing, and they are trying to make plans for the future. The plan is now they're actually going to convert this property into do more of the farming and those kinds of things to support things, but they want to build an entirely new facility that will accommodate up to 500 students. This is the drawing for that facility. You can see that the main facility, and I'll go over some of the details of that very quickly here in a minute, but those two buildings back there are dormitories, 3-story dormitories that they plan for, one for girls, one for boys. Currently, a lot of the teachers have to come in during the week. They stay on campus, they live on campus Monday through Friday, and then go home on the weekends because traveling is very difficult. The existing facility is in a place where it is difficult to get to. The kids basically walk to school from wherever they live. So they're trying to improve that situation. The new facility will get a better location and, of course, accommodate more students than they're able to do now. This is the layout for the ground floor. You can see that these two wings here are classroom buildings. That's a cafeteria back there in the upper right. That's the kitchen. This is a gymnasium. And then we have the first floor is mostly classrooms on that level. And then third floor has some classrooms, I believe some offices here in the front area. So it's quite an ambitious undertaking. They're expecting the cost of this to be about $1 million. I am not trying to raise money for that tonight. So just breathe a sigh of relief. Everybody can leave here, and still feel like they haven't been beat up about money. although I am going to ask for some money in a minute, but not that kind of money. In fact, the plan is, it sounds like the plan that they have in place, a significant portion of that will be covered already by the plan they have in place, but we'll maybe deal with that at some point in the future. But what we're looking at, I mentioned that currently we have approximately 115 students in the school, and what we are trying to do now is seeking sponsors for not only those 115 students, but probably 100 more students. The first group of students have had sponsors for this last year. They are now trying to send out letters to make sure that those sponsors will continue, or for the ones who cannot, they'll try to raise sponsorships for that. And so it'll be some of those, we don't know how many yet, but the second group, 100, we're trying to get sponsors for that group. The sponsorship actually includes the tuition amount for the year. It includes the cost of the uniforms. It includes school lunches. Now this is an English-speaking country, as I mentioned. There are opportunities for folks to go over and visit and be involved in the school. The congregation has been sending some over ever so often, some teachers and others to do some things. The central congregation in Winter Haven has also been involved. I know Slate Moore, his wife Julie, is very much involved in the AIM program that originates at Sunset International Bible Institute, and they have AIMers that have been going over there. In fact, there's, I think, 6 of them there now that are living at the school and helping with the work there at this point in time. So that's kind of what we're looking for, but let me show you how great the need is. These are just 4 of the new kids that we're trying to get sponsors for. Parker, up there in the upper left, age 12, he's at a grade 2 level. Isaiah Morris, age 15, at a grade 1 level. Winston, age 15, at a grade 5 level. Sarah, at an age 16, a grade 3 level. So the need for education for these kids is great. It's really great. I'm told also that I mentioned the Ford Madden Christian Academy in Monrovia. When they built the gymnasium for that facility, it was the first gymnasium that was built in the country, and all of the seniors that are graduating from high school in that country are required to take an exam, and they have to pass this exam before they can graduate. There was no real place for them to conduct this exam, so that gymnasium has become the center for this for basically most of the country, and it's used for a lot of things. They have a lot of big events that go on there. The president of the country has spoken there before because of some of the events. So a facility like this can get a lot of use that can project the church into the community in a great way. So what we're looking for tonight, if you're able to do something, is sponsorship. The sponsorship for the tuition, uniforms, school lunches is $150 a year. Okay? For them, that's a great sum of money. For us, it's nothing. Absolutely nothing. I have information on 25 students that I would love to have sponsors for by the end of the night. I would love to be able to call my brother Bob down in Vero Beach tonight and say, Bob, I need more students. So if you can help, please do so. Yes, sir. Questions?
Ron, are we able to write to the children that we sponsor?
Good question. I think that the answer is yes, but I'll have to verify that. I think we could, yeah. Okay. Yeah, what we have is a sheet that has actually 2 pictures on it. It's perforated in the middle, so you would fill out your name and contact information on one so that we can keep track of it. We get the check. You'd get the other one. We have one at my house that has a little girl, Angel Jackson, who is 6 years old, that we've sponsored, And we remember her in our prayers, so it's, you know what the kids look like. I'll have to double check on that, but I think that's possible. I think it should be possible. Okay, okay, yes.
Any other way to donate other than check?
Well, you know, I'm an old guy, and my brother's even older than me. So right now, the answer is no, as far as I know. And the checks go to the Vero Beach Church. The information is up there, Vero Beach Church of Christ /BCA. Question back here? We can figure something out.
Maybe.
Okay. So, anybody else? If you're interested in this, myself and my daughter Becky will be out at the lobby, and we'll have some sheets. Just bring your money. Thanks.
Jamaica. Yeah, man, no problem. I know all of you are interested in knowing how they're doing. Thank you for the prayers. I know that a lot of you have been praying for our brothers and sisters in Jamaica, and we're fortunate because it shifted to the west, and where we work is in the east. And so the brunt of the hurricane was on the west of the island, and where we work is on the east of the island. So they didn't get it nearly as bad on that side of the island where we work. It was a bad hurricane. I think that the last time that I heard, I think there were 3 deaths that they have right now on the island itself. And there could, I'm sure there'll be more. But there will be a lot of infrastructure that needs to be rebuilt down there. And I would like to take this time to let you know, anybody that wants to provide money, we will send money down to help with whatever they need. Laura talked to Brother Reed today. She had a hard time understanding him, but he was okay. His house is fine. Ken Roy said that they had to put bricks on the top of his house to make sure that the roof didn't come off. But all the people that we know down there, they're all doing fine, and we have gotten word from them. So just to let you know, they're doing good. But keep them all in your prayers. Continue to pray for them. The mission work is more than just traveling to another country. It's about showing Christ's love in practical and joyful ways right where you are in your daily lives. So I know many of you have been involved in this. Either you've supported through financial means. I know all of you have prayed, and many of you have been down there at one time or another. And some of you will be going down there eventually. So continue to be a part of this in any way that you can. The slideshow is just going to be going. I'm not really going to talk a lot about what's there. It's just kind of for you to see what's going on down there. I have several members of our team that will get up and say a few words this evening to just kind of tell you how this trip has impacted them. We're not all here tonight. So not everybody, you won't hear from everybody, but I wanted them to get a chance to come up and say what they would like to tell you about our trip this year. First off, I would like to introduce you to one of our team members that has been going down with us for the last 3 years, which makes him a Jamaican. Once you've been down 3 years, you get that title, and he was very glad to be able to put that on the back of his shirt this year. I call him my Timothy because I do feel that he's a vital part of our team, and our team just wouldn't be complete without him. I don't know what I'm going to do when he goes off to college, which is coming too soon. I would like to give him an opportunity to share with you how these trips have impacted his life and how they have helped to mold and shape him into the godly man he is turning into today. He is currently a senior at Mount Dora Christian Academy, and his father, Jeff Hubbard, which also went down with us, is the head of the Bible department. And Jacob, if you will come and share your experience of Jamaica for the past 3 years.
Hello. My name is Jacob, and I have been going to Jamaica for the past 3 years. And I don't have much to say. These are my notes from last time we did this, but I would like to share with you a little bit of what I've experienced on the island. So first of all, the first thing I wrote down was the food is fantastic, and you have to try it. It's life-changing. Second thing that I wrote down is a little more recent, is the last time we went down there, I don't know if he's in the room, but my dad got chased by a cow, and it was, there he is, there's a man. It was terrifying, but I loved it. I loved every second of it. So Jamaica, so the question is what Jamaica has done for me. And the first thing that came to mind is Jamaica was an opportunity for me to get comfortable with teaching kids in a classroom. And not only am I like getting to experience what it is to be a teacher, but what it is to teach others about Christ and to show his love. And I wrote down this Bible verse because it stuck out to me, especially while I was down there. And it's Matthew 28, 19 through 20, and it says, "Therefore, go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you. And surely I am with you always to the very end of the age." Jamaica has been a life-changing experience for me, and it has showed me that I don't have to be outside of the U.S. to preach the gospel. That's all I've got.
Seth?
Hi, everybody. I'm Seth. Nobody knows me by that name down in Jamaica. I heard Big Dog more down there than I did here. So I just want to say I see Jacob's face every day on our little digital frame, and she's so. Where's Marissa? She loves this. Rich, our beloved Jamaican, brought a chicken. A little squeaky chicken, all right? And Jacob sent a video out to the group one day, and it was him just going, and squeezing the chicken, and then it just goes, oh, man, it's so annoying, and we loved it. Marissa loves them, and she said that she requests one for her daughter from everybody in the audience tonight. Also, I probably won't be alive if you guys send those, so... But going down to Jamaica was incredible. We went to Galena, and I found out that people there don't believe in wearing shorts in Jamaica while you're walking outside. That was kind of a culture shock to me, but it was really cool to hear the reasoning behind that, where Brother Reed wants you to dress, lack of a better term, like you're important, like you've got something to share. And you walk around wearing pants in the 150-degree heat, and people want to talk to you and figure out why you're doing that. There was this one guy that stands out. His name was Cliff. And Cliffy baby was a guy that had a little shack on the side of the road, and he believed in God. He did not believe in Jesus. He did not believe in, what else? Baptism. And it was very interesting to sit there. I had to go back because he challenged my beliefs on a lot of things that I knew to be true, but he sat there and looked at me and was like, "No, it's not real. Like, Jesus is not real. How do you believe in God and not Jesus?" And he starts quoting scripture, and he starts talking about different things in the church. And he was a guy that I think about often, and somebody that, like, if I go back to Jamaica, like, I want to go back and talk to Cliff. I want to see Brother Reed. I want to see Ken Roy. I want to go play soccer and get embarrassed by 5-year-olds. But I want to go talk to Cliff because I want to see what a year's worth of prayer has done for a conversation for just one person. And Cliff is a guy that's in the community, and how one guy can affect so many people around him. And for me, Jamaica was a great time. We got to play cards. We got to go down to the ocean. I got to watch Rich break out. And I don't even know. It was a Jamaican allergic to Jamaica. It was pretty incredible to watch. But the experience spiritually was worth going and putting yourself out there. Putting yourself in front of kids, trying to teach them about a God and a creator that loves them when they don't have a lot. And trying to get on their level. It's not, I'm just this rich American in your eyes who gets to come down and wear fancy clothes and, you know, I'm so much better than you. No, I'm on your level. I am with you. I want you guys to learn about this God who loves you. And for me, I really would love to see more seats on that plane full of people from Orange Avenue going down there and spreading the gospel, because when you go to trial, it sits in this little valley, and you see the Blue Mountains. That we're going to call it the Blue Mountains. You see these mountain ranges surrounding them, and it's incredible. You see these peaks capped with some clouds, and it's just green everywhere, and you realize that people don't really need anything. They just slap up a couple pieces of cardboard on bamboo and throw some pieces of tin up, and they're living. What do I have that I can get rid of that I don't actually need to survive? And minimize things in my life so that I can bless others. So for me, Jamaica was this life-changing trip where people just love God, and then they love others. So for those of you that haven't already put down your deposit, I know he asked for money for kids. I'm asking for spots at going to Jamaica. So that is all I have.
Thomas.
So this was our second time going to Galena, spending time there. 27 years ago, I went to another part of Jamaica on a mission trip, and it's just an awesome country. The people there are so beautiful and wonderful, and they are desiring to hear about God's Word, because what they find in the Word and what they find through Jesus is hope. And it's an awesome thing to see. We started going because Evan wanted to go. And so Brandy and I made the trip down, and then Evan wanted to go again this year. And so we wanted to go back with him, and not just with him, but with the group. And Kevin and Laura do such an amazing job of organizing the group and putting things together, and working with Brother Reed down there, and just everything he pours into that work and those people that are there is just amazing. I texted Evan earlier today. As you know, he's in Montgomery at Faulkner, and just wanted to see if he had anything he wanted to share. So he sent back a text to me. But what I'll tell you about Jamaica for Evan is, after Evan went to Jamaica the first time, he decided that he wanted to go into ministry. And he wanted to go in and make that his profession. And it was really touching, and to see that and to hear that and to know that. just the impact that Orange Avenue has had, not only on the people in Jamaica, but the people that go to Jamaica. And that is unbelievable thing that happens. But this is what Evan had to say. Jamaica has been a huge blessing on my life. It has brought me closer to a bunch of people I otherwise wouldn't have been close with, especially this past year. I'd never even met a couple of people who were there. Looking at you, big dog, that's what he put. So I thought I would say that. But it has helped me somehow become even more outgoing and respond to different situations I'd never been put in. I will forever be grateful for this trip, and if you can go, I would highly suggest that you go. And so, again, just it's a life-changing type of trip, not just for the people that we're going to help, but for those of us that get to go. And so, again, Kevin, Laura, thank you all for the work that you do, and the elders, thank you for your continued support there, and each and every member that's supporting as well.
Jeff, did you have anything you want to say?
Thank you, sir. All right, yes, I did get chased by a cow. Obviously, I did not get trampled because I am here standing in before you today, not maimed by the cow. That was an experience that, yeah, I will never forget. I will say I was apprehensive. This is the first time I'd ever been out of the country. My son is apparently half Jamaican, so he's got me beat there. But I went as I walked around to come up here. Big Dog was like, "Yeah, the American preacher, that's you." I was like, "Yeah, okay." So apparently that has a lot of weight down there. The very first person we went to see, like we went to just go spread the news and say, "Hey, we've got a gospel meeting coming," and we were sitting on his porch and we were just talking, and at one point in the conversation it came out, I was like, "Oh yeah, this is the American preacher," and they pointed at me, and he said, "Oh, really?" and offered us mangoes later. So, you know, the people there are wonderful and lovely and easy to talk to. Not so easy to understand sometimes, at least for me, but but eventually I started to, you know, get used to it. But the thing that stood out the most to me is just how much God provides for these people. You would, and it's been said a couple of times, like it's different than how we live here, obviously. But seeing the kids, when they would come to the church building, they would run to the back where there are fruit trees, and it's like locusts descending upon the plain of wheat, and then you think, oh, they took all the fruit, and then the very next day they come back again and they run to the back, and guess what? There's more fruit. It's ridiculous the amount of fruit that is just falling on the ground and in the trees, and these kids, they eat because God gives them food, and they didn't have to go buy it at a store. It's just there. And like I said, the very first guy we talked to, we're sitting on his porch, and we were as we were leaving, there were just fruit everywhere. And he was like, "Yeah, take some." And so we did. And I just kept thinking about God and how he provides for his people. He provides everything we need. To me, I look at the island and it's beautiful. And then I come back here and I look at what we have here and it's beautiful. But the main thing that we both have in common is that we both need Jesus. They need Jesus. We need Jesus. And like Jacob was saying, We can go to Jamaica and we can preach the word. We can go right here and preach the word. You can go into your own house and preach the word. You can go into your workplace and preach the word, because every single place, every single person, every single moment needs Jesus in it. And that's, yeah. And preaching was fun. Yeah.
I'd like to share just a few more things with you, and then our time will be over this evening. Love is more than words. 1 John 3:18 says, "Dear children, let us not love with words or speech, but with actions and in truth." Love isn't just spoken, it's lived out in action. On mission, people may not always remember the sermons preached, but they will remember the love shown. Small caring acts we show to them to show we care. One of our group, Jackson Montgomery, which was not able to be here tonight, took the time with just a pair of needle nose pliers and fixed a broken bike for a 4-year-old little boy. They had a Bible study with his mother. So we hope not just what we said, but by our actions, she will come to know Jesus. Being the hands and feet of Christ, Matthew 25:35-40. "For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. I needed clothes, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you looked after me. I was in prison, and you came to visit me." Then the righteous will answer him, "Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? When did we see you a stranger and invite you in, or needing clothes and clothe you? When did we see you sick or in prison and go to visit you?" The king will reply, "Truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me." I'm happy to be a member of a congregation that lives this out all the time. Our bread of life, our clothing room, the fact that you pour out generously all the time to people that are in need. And you do that to all of our mission work that we're involved in. I'm just very thankful to be a part of a congregation that seeks to serve God in every way possible. Jesus reminds us that when we serve others, the hungry, thirsty, lonely, or sick, we are serving Him. Mission is not about us being heroes, but about being Jesus' presence in a hurting world. As we go around the Galena neighborhood encouraging people to come to the gospel meeting, we ask if we can pray for them. We have Bible studies and encourage wayward members to return back to the church. We sing for an elderly member who has Alzheimer's to bring comfort to her and her husband, who was baptized last year when we were there. Bearing one another's burdens, Galatians 8:2. Carry each other's burdens, and in the way you will fulfill the law of Christ. Mission is not just giving. It is walking alongside others in their struggles. Bearing burdens means listening, praying, encouraging, and sharing life. In the past 2 years, we have been helping Brother Walker. If you notice the man on the right in the pictures that's out in the ocean, that's Brother Walker. We've been working to put a roof on his house. Brother Walker is blind, but a man with great joy. His happiness when he comes to worship is encouraging to all who see him. Showing the truth in love. 2 Corinthians 9:6-15. Remember this: whoever sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and whoever sows generously will also reap generously. Each of you should give what you have decided in your heart to give, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver. And God is able to bless you abundantly, so that in all things, at all times, having all that you need, you will abound in every good work. As it is written, they have freely scattered their gifts to the poor. Their righteousness endures forever. Now he who supplies seed to the sower and bread for food will also supply and increase our store of seed, and will enlarge the harvest of your righteousness. You will be enriched in every way, so that you can be generous on every occasion. And through us, your generosity will result in thanksgiving to God. This service that you perform is not only supplying the needs of the Lord's people, but is also overflowing in many expressions of thanks to God. Because of the service by which you have proved yourself, others will praise God for the obedience that accompanies your confession of the gospel of Christ, and for your generosity in sharing with them and with everyone else. And in their prayers for you, their hearts will go out to you because of the surpassing grace God has given you. Thanks be to God for his indescribable gift. Joy of serving, Philippians 2:17 through 18. But even if I am being poured out like a drink offering on the sacrifice and service coming from your faith, I am glad and rejoice with all of you. So you should be glad and rejoice with me. Serving can be exhausting, but there is a great joy in it. Mission reminds us that when we pour ourselves out, God fills us with joy. Joy comes not from comfort, but from seeing Christ's love alive in others. We had great joy seeing the members of the church in Galena. They had painted their building, added seat cushions to their pews, and are in the process of putting new windows in the building. Those are things that they are doing themselves. We are sending money down for them to purchase and install fans. For half of them are not working right now. And we did send it, and it took, how long, Laura? 6 weeks. But they do have the money, and they're supposed to be getting those put up. We went one Saturday morning, and they were there cleaning the inside and outside of the building and preparing for worship on Sunday. Orange Avenue is working on helping to pay for a part-time helper for Brother Reed as he ages. We provide support for the youth to go to Bible camp during the summer and for the church to go be with other churches for a sports day. On their own, the church in Galena provides food baskets for those members that are struggling. They are also going to be host for an area-wide sing. So the church is very active, and they are working to support their membership that are down there. But they do need our continued support and our continued help. In conclusion, the mission in Jamaica was not just a trip. It was a chance to live out Christ's call to love, serve, and carry burdens and rejoice. Thank you.
All right, we obviously don't have time to get into anything else tonight, but I'm thankful for those awesome reports. And I will just reiterate, if you haven't gotten a chance to go down to Jamaica, you really should do everything you can to do that. It's an opportunity for all ages to go and be stretched in our faith, but be stretched in using the gifts that God has given us. I'll tell you, you might think, I maybe past my time, I can do that. But one of the things I got to witness, I didn't go this past year, but the year before, is that everybody of every age is useful down in Jamaica. Our young people, and she'll probably not like that I'm saying this, when I got to go down, Jacob was one of our teenagers there, and Cassie was as well, and they did and do an outstanding job of just loving people and loving people and loving people and openly talking about the gospel of Jesus Christ in a powerful, powerful way. Thinking of Mr. Charles Evans back here, who still, I think weekly, talks to people who are down in Jamaica. Brother Elroy, who was baptized into Christ 2 years ago when we were down there. And these aren't just people you go, see, and forget about. These are people you go, love, and you hold on to those relationships. And if you get a chance to go down this next year, please make sure that you take advantage of that opportunity. Just want to remind you that there are cucumbers here. I will tell you, the buckets are gone. Somebody took all the buckets. But I do also have, if you want one of those Proud Christian t-shirts, I will say anybody except the youth group, that's going to do a special order just for the youth group. But if you did not get a chance to order one, I've got a box in my office of some extras if you want some of those or one of those to take with you. And just to remind you of your homework for next week, because we have one report next week, and so we'll have some time to be thinking about if you were wearing a shirt that said Proud Christian, and somebody said, well, why are you a proud Christian? What would you say? And what we talked about last time we got to come together and talk about this was the woman at the well in John chapter 4 and the power of her testimony and her story and encounter with Jesus. And she didn't know every answer in the world, and she didn't know all the theological this and that. She just simply knew this: I met a man who told me everything that I had ever done. And other people believed because of that, but then they had their experience with Jesus, and they came back to that lady and said, we believe now, since you said something, but now we've known for ourselves, and we believe that this is the Messiah. And we talked about the power of our own stories. And I want to challenge you in something. It doesn't always just mean your overall story of faith. It doesn't just mean the moment you were baptized. Why did you get baptized? But each and every one of us can look into our lives and think of some times where we didn't get through something unless God got us through that thing. Or we have not been blessed in a certain way unless we know God worked in that situation. So it's not just about every big thing and every great grand story, but experiences in your life where you get to point back and say, God did that. Those are incredible testimonies. I spoke with the man today when I was over at Sunday Cool, a new guy that works there, and he was talking to me about his story of faith. Came through many, many years of agnosticism, and just about, I think it was like a year ago, came to a faith in Jesus. And he just talked about this great regret he had of wasting so many years. And it was so fun to just be able to say, but you have an incredible story now to tell. Not that we would want somebody to walk through that long without knowing Jesus, but now that you know Jesus, you might meet people or groups of people who are walking through this agnostic kind of faith, and you now get to say, but look what God did. Here's why my life was changed with God in the picture. So the homework next week, we're going to have one report, and then I'm going to just open us up, and a bulk of what we do is allowing you to tell your 2 to 3 minute story, 2 to 3 minute story about how God can change your life. And if somebody asked you why you're a proud Christian, you could say, here's a reason why. All right, love you guys. Hope you have a great rest of the week, and hope to see you on Sunday.